Good morning, futures traders. Today is Monday, June 29th, the time 9:42. So what I thought I would do today is walk through what Sentinel version 4.5 is going to look like. We did have a good market open this morning. We had really good pre-market price action, as you can see here. Some of the traders posting their pre-market activity. Here was mine. I took an AI trade long, and then I took the mop short. So it was a pretty good morning. But instead of showing trading this morning, what I thought we'd do is give you an idea on what version 4.5 is going to look like and how the AI market briefing is going to look. So there are going to be three APIs that you can utilize: Claude, ChatGPT, or Grok. If you use Claude, we do have a vision component to it where it will actually basically take a capture of your current chart as well as take all of the data that's currently in Sentinel, pass it through to the AI to provide you with its briefing. ChatGPT and Grok are not as easy to do the screen capture, so we don't have market structure and chart patterns built into that at this point, but for Claude you do. So basically what you do is you choose the
Order filled.
large language model that you want. In this case, we'll use Claude because we'll do the vision. You click the market briefing. It'll do the analysis. Takes, I don't know, 35 seconds or so. It actually captures the current screen. Like I said, it's going to look for chart patterns, and it will take all of the data, your fib levels, your volume profiles. Like I said, the value area low, the value area high, the
Stop
point of
filled.
control, the orb, your current highs, all the key levels, and it will pass it through. And while we're waiting, let's see, we had Bolt trigger a trade, and that took a $300 trade there. So that's good. And then what it'll do is it will give you a watch and some what we call these information pills. So if we take a look at the briefing, okay, it will give you an idea on what the market's doing. It's basically saying stretched into resistance, telling us that the uptrend is intact. We have long liquidations, market quality is about 42 out of 100. The agreement with the data and the chart is mixed, and momentum is starting to weaken. You will see that it'll give you 3 trade plans. It does take a look at news, market sentiment, the structure, and then any chart patterns based on the visual, any confluence zones, and then 3 scenarios if it finds them. Not necessarily signals per se, but scenarios where you can actually see price react. Okay, so it gives us a possible long entry, and it gives it a grade. Right, this is basically saying this is a B grade plan. Right, so if you want to see the actual plan on the chart, you click show trade plan. This will tell us wait for a pullback, right, to the VWAP, and then take the long possibly as a trade plan. If you want to scroll through all of them, you click these arrows. This one here is saying here's a short trade plan, which is a rejection off the 29.76 to 29.700. And then there's another trade plan here that says you could take a possible entry here. So we're in simulation, so we could take an entry here as a
Order
possible
filled.
with your
Stop
target
filled.
here, and we're done with that one. So that's a quick scalp. So you can see it gives you the probability on what the target being hit would be. So you entered here, we hit our break even plus some. So I believe we have it set to 25 ticks, moves to 20. So that's an entry there for a quick scalp. And then it also gives you the full browser briefing, right? So if I move it to my browser, you can actually see the full briefing. If you like to print it or save these, you can look at it. All right, it gives you, tells it's up, be cautious, it's stretching to resistance. It gives you, like I said, the market sentiment, any news that's there, the structural read, chart patterns, basically saying lower highs are forming just under the day high resistance shelf, push to new highs near 29,765, followed by red rejection candles. Okay. Then here's the scenarios, and then here are your key levels at the time the brief was executed. And it gives a warning, right? Extreme volatility, ATR is 2.7 times normal on light volume. Again, it is a holiday week, so you want to be careful here. And then it gives you the data, all the data that was passed to it from Sentinel. Okay. And you know that the vision was successful because you could see vision down here. So again, it takes a look at a whole lot of things. Okay. All of this data is passed to it. An actual screenshot of the current chart is passed to it, and it will give you a good view on current state of the market. Now, this is as of 9:44. So if we run it again, it'll paint a little different picture. So let's run it here. So you can see this B trade here was actually pretty good. It ended up hitting our target, and it will give you two targets, and it gives you a probability. And again, this is purely based on what the large language model is seeing. Okay, so we wait for this to tell us that the brief is ready. And the cost is about 20 to 30 cents. Okay, the briefing is ready here. So this is telling us that, let's see. So it's telling us that it's a strong uptrend off the open. Market quality is still 42 of 100. Momentum is weakening. Last 30 bars are slipping based on dead volume right under heavy resistance shelf. This is giving us a trade plan. Again, not signals. Any chart patterns? Nope. Yeah, and these are B trades, so these are not really A setups. Okay, it's saying if you want to take a long, this is a possible area that price reacts right here. Basically, it's telling you it's a breakout. The second one, oops. The second one is telling you a long breakout of the day high. That's what it's currently at. Here's a pullback. Again, it's a similar setup. And then here's a possible short entry up here. So again, nothing really worth looking at this point. And again, you can run it as many times as you want. We take a look at the Chat GPT version of it. There's no vision associated with it, but it's still passing all the data. So let's wait for the Chat GPT here. This will clear the screen. Now, it's not necessary to have all three. You could just choose one, and then it'll only show you the one you have an API key for. So you basically go and set up an API key and utilize that key, place the key in properties, and then go from there. It'll interface
approaching long plan entry 29,769.
Okay, so there is voice, so it's telling us that we approach this entry here, and look at that, it came right off of that. Okay, so if we were fast enough, we would have gotten this trade entry, and you would have hit your first target already. And that's telling us that was a 62% probability that target one would be hit, and it indeed did get hit. So that is Praedox Sentinel version 4.5. We are currently testing it. We do have some small bugs that we're going to work on and then get it out to the general population. So with that said, as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment, shoot a message on Discord, send me an email. Happy to respond. Join our Discord. Like I said, always, it's free to join. You could speak to our other traders.
Approaching long plan entry 29,824.5.
On the
approaching short plan entry 29,824.5.
Our possible trade plan. So if we were inclined to take a short here as the trader, it's up to you whether or not you like this trade plan or not. So if you're enjoying this content, please do like and subscribe. It will help us out. Have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow.